Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. I recently dropped a video about 2K22 possibly being a copy and paste version of NBA 2K21, and my gosh, was I just hugely mistaken. So much to look forward to with NBA 2K22 as they recently dropped their NBA 2K22 features preview. And we're going to today, like in this video, we're going to go over the new city for NBA 2K22 on next gen and talk about everything that it has to offer. If you guys like this type of content and you find it helpful and informative and you want to stay up to date with 2K22 news, please consider dropping a like on the video, also subscribing to the channel if you're new. I also want to mention we have a great community on Discord, so if you're interested in finding players to run with, you want to stay up to date with that NBA 2K22 news as well, you can always contact me on Discord. If you're tired of running with randoms, join our Discord community. Great community, non-toxic, only positive vibes. The link for Discord is going to be in the description below. It's also going to be the top pinned comment on this video. Hope to see you guys join. So as you guys see here, it says new city for PS5 and Xbox and new neighborhood for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. If you guys haven't seen the video I dropped about the new neighborhood for current gen, the link will be right up top. You guys could click on that link and it'll bring you over into the new neighborhood and everything it has to offer for current gen. But as for next gen, the biggest online basketball community gets two very different makeovers in NBA 2K22. PS5 and Xbox Series X and S 2K22 players will step up and hoop in an all-new version of the city. PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC 2K22 players will compete while setting sail for the high seas. Take your best player builds and express yourself through both your game and your style in each unique online experience. Let's talk about the new city for NBA 2K22 on next gen. A living, breathing city for PS5 and Xbox S. Step into an all-new city teeming with life. Now we know the mumbo jumbo that 2K likes to give out there, but let's just kind of go over exactly what they put out there, and then I'll give my opinion and thoughts afterwards. It says teeming with life, activity and interactivity. NPCs, non-playable characters, populate the fresh city layout, while my players from all over the world compete in the highest level of playground basketball. An all-new quest system for 2K22 engages my players with creative content while offering new ways to level up and earn rewards in this re-envisioning of the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S basketball communities. One of the biggest features that I would like to talk to you guys about is matchmaking. It is finally here. Somebody listened at 2K. We no longer have to wait on the dots. I have no doubt that you guys will still have the option to wait on the dots, but let's go over what it says. The city opens up new and quicker alternatives to get into online hoops. My players can enter select matchmaking buildings to be placed into immediate competition. Oh, Jesus, they answered our prayers. Matchmaking sessions will be available for a number of game types and will contribute to all my player progress. There's absolute great news to read about because, you know, I think waiting on the dots has gotten really old. It was a great idea when, you know, to kind of bring some sort of realism. It made it seem more lively in the beginning, but things have gotten old, and especially 2K's problem with people running from matches and they go to see your rep level or they know who you are. If you're a content creator or social media influencer, they kind of either leave from you scared or gravitate towards you. So, you know, I'm so happy to hear that they're introducing matchmaking. Matchmaking is something that 2K really needed, and I look forward to getting into matchmaking games where we no longer have to wait and it's predetermined. Just like when you go into the rec center, you go in there and you do what you got to do against the team that they put you against. It's not a lobby full of people and there's like some people just select who to play against. You know, people are in the last few 2Ks, you already know they'd run for their win percentage. If they think their win percentage is at like any level of a threat, they're going to run from you. They're not going to play you. So I'm glad to hear. I think 2K21 did a good job with setting up the games in the park where if you're on the court, they can't see who's on the court. I think that was a good idea. It wasn't as much running in 2K21 for next gen. But when you went on to current gen or you went on to 2K20, oh my God, they still running. Now, I was a legend in 2K20. I went back to 2K20 and man, they were still running out there. People still concerned about their win percentage. So I'm just happy to hear that they have matchmaking. Now let's review everything they said about a living, breathing city, because we know 2K, they're marketing geniuses. You gotta give that respect where it's due, and they are great at their marketing. So they choose their words carefully. You just got to be able to break down everything. You got to speak the 2K language, and I'm good at speaking 2K language. So it says stepping into an all new city teeming with life. Now, this may mean the city may have like it may like seem very similar as far as like the overall dynamic of the city, but there may be a few roads that are different or lead to different courts, or like courts just being placed differently within that same city structure. So that's a good way to kind of understand what's going on with this all new city. It says they have like a lot of activities, interactivities, and the NPCs will populate the fresh city layouts, while my players from all over the world compete in the highest level of playground basketball. And I don't want you guys to misinterpret this. Like in the last video, I talked about 2K21's new neighborhood taking place on a cruise ship, and it would actually dock where the players for 2K21 and current gen can get off and play in different locales around the world. Now, we talked about that, and they mentioned here for the city where players from all around the world can compete at the highest level of playground basketball. That doesn't necessarily mean that they would just load the city with players from all around the world. It just means that I believe, and I don't take my word for this, I'm not 100% sure about this, but speaking 2K's language, it sounds like they just mean if you're on a server in London or something like that, then you'll be playing on the London server. You know what I'm saying? And in North America, you'll be playing on the North America servers and things like that. I don't want to overcomplicate things, and I don't necessarily want to oversimplify things because we don't necessarily know. But 2K knows how to choose their words wisely, and I know a lot of people will misinterpret this to think that we're just, especially being that current gen version is getting that new cruise ship, and it actually mentions traveling to different locales. A lot of people may think that that's similar for what they're speaking here when they say players from all over the world. An all new quest system for 2K22 engages my players with creative content while offering new ways to level up and earn rewards in this re-envisioning of the PS5 and Xbox versions for 2K22. Now, what does that necessarily mean? Now, we know we had those NPC events, and I don't think they laid them out right with the warehouse challenges, and that these NPCs were like scattered throughout the city. Now they say like, and you did have different challenges where you had like park games or warehouse challenges, things like this. I think they're going to do something very similar. Hopefully they kind of flood it. They need to do more with the NPCs, and it needs to be more challenging and engaging, that you're not just playing against NPCs as well. You're actually playing as a challenge to play against other players throughout the city. They need to encourage the idea of bringing players together to rival each other or play with each other, one or the other. But like for 2K21 in the city where they kind of penalized you for going onto a rival's court, they need to eliminate that whole concept. They need to bring players together and do whatever they can to bring players together. And hopefully that's the case with this new city. It's supposed to be a new layout. We'll see what it looks like when they give us a preview of the new city. I'm just here to keep you guys up to date and informed with everything that's going on with 2K22. If you guys found this video helpful and or informative, please consider dropping a like. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.